33. All right. And we're back.
It is 33.
And we know what day it is.
I even put it
stuff
down.
that doesn't lie.
I even wrote it down as 33 in the
Waffle's
title
in a
card.
world with people that just can't keep up with him, and it must be so hard every day for him to exist. And
Every minute. Every minute of every day.
everyone. One of my favorite
We
books.
love you, Waffle. Thank you for keeping sane.
One of my favorite books, there's a character called Yasna Kalin, and she's like this super intelligent, competent person, and she just does not suffer fools at all. And she's talking to her dad at one point, and he basically says that to her. It's like, he calls her out essentially. He's like, how can you get through life having to suffer through being around all of us, mortals? Is it it must be so painful for you to to exist with the likes of us. So that's pretty funny. That's Waffle. All right, last week you guys beat the game last week.
We did.
Beat feels like a very rough term.
Wait, we're ending?
No, not yet.
I just thought you guys were being nice all of a sudden.
What?
Wait, you're right. You're right. Sorry. Ash, fuck you. No.
No, it's not over yet.
Dude.
We still gotta finish. There's a couple more sessions left. I'll You guys think that I'm gonna let you off the hook that easy?
Is
No.
there really a couple more sessions left?
Probably. We'll see. We'll see how long you guys take. You guys can probably finish this
You're
one
a
if you want to.
fucking pig.
Look, I'm not gonna make it take longer, but you guys talk a lot, so I can imagine it taking a while. So
I got plans.
No,
next week,
knowing
bro.
our track record, we've got about a month left.
Nah, fuck all that shit. I got plans
Oh, no.
next week.
well, next week I got plans too. I'm not gonna be here next week whether we're still going or not. My wife's gonna be out of surgery for a couple of days. I might sneak out when she's asleep and say hi to you guys and play some Cards Against Humanity or whatever the fuck you guys want to do, but we're not playing. Anywho, so last session, fuck it, I'll just do it. Zamra was changing form. She was tied down to this rock. Shit started flooding. The dais sank into the platform, into this water, started pouring out. Lightning still hitting her. You guys are trying to pull her out of the water. This was a session before, I believe. She's drowning. You guys are getting attacked by the fishmen. And then last session, you guys got her out of the water. She started to take on the form of whatever was in the gem, getting all weird and tentacly like. And then she goes through this metamorphosis, and when she combines with this star spawn, essentially, who picks her up and carries her into the sky after Zazie killed her by stabbing her in the chest, trying to pull out the gem, and failed and murdered her.
That was an accident.
It was an accident. So Star Spawn picks her up, and then they are merging, and then some fucking bitch ass ruins my whole scene by banishing them to another dimension. And then they're just there waiting. And then they come back, they merge, you guys fucking murk them. And then after you murk that, it goes into this chrysalis, and then Zamra transformed, comes out of the chrysalis, and then you guys murk that, and actually don't murk it. Then an asshole puts her inside of a box. What's in the box? And she can't get out of the box. So basically, Lucian, kind of breaks her down and is like, "Hey, you need to pull that thing out of her chest." And she starts coming to her senses, and then rips the gem out of her chest, and then starts to slowly die from basically having a giant void in her chest, where there's this energy shard in, and now she's still in the box, I believe. Meanwhile, while this is all going on, there is a portal fight that is going on as Oladra, Mwedu revealed, is a Kieran that's like controlling the weather and doing all this weird shit, and then maybe disintegrates Rose. I don't know. She turns into snow instead of the snow globe and is gone. And then Mwedu pops out and then tries to kill Lucky, and Lucky's like losing his mind, like trying to pull his eyeballs out and shit, because Rose just died. And, you know, he can't figure out what to do. He's running around trying to kill her. And Lucian keeps popping caps in her, riding around on a dragon and shit. And Eli is blasting her with Eldritch Blasts. And what the hell's her name? What is that girl's name? Yulia is hitting her with, you know, trying to transform her back. Anyway, and then all of a sudden Zazie just pops out and uses her, you know, Ilyana ability and just unleashes this like swarm of eyes that essentially, you know, consumes this body. And we basically left off as she was getting blasted with a swarm of eyes, and I'm like, oh, she's dead. And then I cut it there. So I wanted to kind of pick it up at that point. Please, anybody, if you have anything else you want to add, go ahead and toss in whatever information. And then when we're done, I want to pick it up from there.
My favorite part was when you tried to block the portals, but then I rotated the portals.
My God, dude, like you're like the way that you controlled the terrain in that battle fucking ruined the fight for me in a good way. Like, you guys beat me. I wanted it to be harder than that, because the disintegration ray from, you know, a level 18 spellcaster is pretty fucking fatal unless you dodge shit.
Yeah, I had to spend pretty much all of my spell slots countering her bullshit.
Yeah, and then she countered some of your counters. Anyway, so yeah, but no, that was very cool. Is Eli? He's a warlock, not a wizard, right?
Correct.
Yeah, but his utility was really good as far as the mobility and the portals and all that stuff. It was cool.
Yeah.
Lucian riding around on the dragon, that was cool. You know, Yulia like keeping shit in check was nice. You know, you're kind of like using your forms and the chalice and the fucking archer and all that shit, and then summoning a dragon for Lucian to ride around on. It was good.
Needed to be a very mobile fight because Mwedu / Oladra proved to be a very mobile combatant. Have to come to that somehow.
No, exactly. It was good. It was good. Sorry, my wife like walked in and then I was like, get out of here, and now I feel really bad.
Hello, and we said hi.
She can't hear you. You're on my headset.
That's why we're asking. That's why we're asking you to tell her.
She's taking the dogs out and shit. It's fine. It's fine. All right. Cool stuff. Where anybody else? Anybody else? I'm gonna start. Cool. All right. So, Zazie, as you're blasting Oladra with this swarm of eyes, you see, I love that image that you put up. I don't know what that's from. It's like Vampire Hunter D or something like that. Or I've no. It was the image of all like the red eyes just like pouring into that, or pouring out of that monster. What was that?
That was from Van Helsing.
Okay, Vampire Hunter D, Van Helsing, whatever. You know.
Or not Van Helsing, Helsing.
Yeah.
Anime.
So
that's such fun.
I feel like that image is really poignant. And, you know, you channeling the Ilyana to, like, generate this power that's, like, strong enough to, like, take down at least this avatar of a god. So her body begins to, like, break down, and she transforms from the Kieran back into Mwedu, the human form. And she's just, like, laying there on the ground, and these eyes are just, like, pouring out of her, and they finally clear, and the ground, there's like a convergence that opens beneath her. Lucian, you can immediately tell that this is a Kyber portal that's like opening up in that space, and like as she's laying on the ground, chains like come up from the earth, like through, like manifesting through the soil of this area where Kyber is now on the surface, and wrapping around her body and pulling her arms in tight, and just like pulling her into the actual soil of the ground as she slowly drowns in earth.
As I see this, like, I mean, I'm under the impression that I might be able to like guide this dragon. So I'm trying to like
Yes.
like kick it to like turn to turn in that direction, and so that I can like basically dive bomb that area and basically like try to stop whatever's happening from happening. Like, I'm sure I'm not going to make it in time, but
Right. So
but,
Lucian, as you kind of, you know, barrel roll to the side and swing back in and dive, you see her like clutching at her chest, and it actually, like, her body getting pulled down into the ground, and like her chest cavity splits open, and viscera and organs begin to like spill up and out as if they're being pushed out by something, as the rest of her body is pulled into the earth itself. And this topaz gem covered in blood lays on the ground as her body slowly pulls in, and it's just pulsing with this energy. So, I mean,
I run over and like pick up the gem.
ooh, hold on. So,
Oh, hey.
And then I slap the two halves together.
Let's not do that immediately.
well, I don't think, I guess Zazie can probably see what's going on, because, you know, she's the one that that did this thing. But, you know, it's, I guess everybody else
You at
roll
least-
perception real quick.
Do you at least remember to wear gloves? And I think I get advantage because I'm still in my shifted form for a few more moments.
And meanwhile, what's everybody else doing? Yeah, where's you go next?
I guess.
Yeah, Eli is like staring around at this the sky around them, so sort of in a bit of a stress panic on like super high alert. You know, he's just like scanning for other crazy monster shit to swoop in and start killing people. He's just looking around.
Zazie,
Good. Go ahead.
Zazie is going to make her way down to body into the gem.
Okay.
So with Eula's 26, I guess a guided question for that is, since she did technically experience the Wild Heart Shard, does this kind of give her that same vibe? Like, I know she probably wouldn't be susceptible to this one like she would have been to the Wild Heart or the Wild Hunt.
Let me actually.
Heart or
Can
one
I
of the two.
can I get all of you to either roll a Zoriat roll or an Arcana roll, or whatever your spellcasting modifier is?
Question, Bo, would this proc my advantage?
Answering that question would give certain things away in one way or another. So make your roll,
just
and
roll
I'll let you know.
twice, and then he'll decide which one it is.
Mhm.
Okay. You know I had to ask one last time.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So Eli, you're up there
Yeah.
and you can kind of see all of this happening, and you know, you have your book, and as you look down at this gem, you feel a resonance from the book itself, and the rhythm that's coming from this shard almost pulse in an anti-rhythm with it. And you have the sense that whatever that shard is not aligned with whatever your patron may be. It's almost as though it is like just a uncorrupted, pure source of energy. Everyone else, you don't really get too much of a feel for what it might be, but you do feel the resonance. Like everyone feels its resonance. It is like a harmonic thrum that is constantly pulsing through the air. You feel it with your bodies, you hear it with your ears, and you see it with your eyes.
Eli takes a. No, he lights a new cigarette now that there are no horrible monstrosity gods flying around. Points down there at the ledge where the shard and Zaza are standing. He's like, that might be some of the realest shit that's ever existed.
Right.
The first time it's oh man, first time it's I don't know, been exposed.
I'm not drinking go. Oh, hey there. Okay.
I moved it, remember?
Yeah, no, you're fine. I didn't realize my map is that zoomed out or zoomed in.
So, Lucky is going to kind of saunter over next to Eli, look over the edge. He gives Eli like an elbow nudge. Hey, you think I can get one of them? Gesturing
Yeah,
towards a
they're,
cigarette.
Yeah, they're a little wet. You've had worse. Opens the cigarette case, takes out one, and much like the token art that we've come to recognize, uses the produce flame cantrip to light his cigarette.
He takes the cigarette, takes a long drag, and walks over and just leans against this. And kind of cranes his neck to look back at Zamra. Is she still in the box?
Yeah, I can't dismiss that.
What?
And we,
What?
What do you mean you?
Is she stuck in there forever?
I mean, like, you can try to get in and out.
is that box block magic?
Yes.
Shit.
It doesn't block you, or me, or the occupant if, you try hard enough.
Okay, so question. If I reach through to touch her, will I be able to heal her? If I can.
You gotta get in.
I guess we're going to need to get her out of here. This island probably won't stay afloat for much longer now that glancing meaningfully down at the shard and that she's gone. Without a lot of other divine intervention.
And with that word, there is a jolt.
Right.
You feel almost like a shunt of like as if I don't know if you guys have ever been on a bridge before, like a really massive suspension bridge, and it just begins to, you know, it's very windy and it moves a little bit. It feels almost like that,
Yep.
but mixed with when you're in an airplane and it hits turbulence.
Right. Eli, next time I open my mouth, just tell me to shut up.
Noted.
And that box move.
Shut up.
So
I asked for that.
can that box move? Shut up. You fucking guys are too much.
No, it's there it is. Look, I didn't know she was just gonna die.
That's what I'm trying to prevent.
Well, go try to get in it.
Okay.
With the shard in hand, I get back on the dragon.
Lucian, let me
Hold
get a
Lucian?
a con roll from you real quick as you pick up this gem.
Just straight con or con save?
Con save, even better. Good point.
14.
Okay. So as you pick it up, you can feel distinctly that it's rejecting you. You take 2 radiant damage as you pick it up.
That's fine.
And it just kind of like burns your hand a little bit. But, you know, you're able to hold on to it, but you can tell that as you continue to hold this thing, it's going to try basically to fight you possessing it. What are you doing?
I'm going to go like basically try to fly up towards Zamra.
Hey, can you give me a lift?
I'll wait for Zazie.
Okay. And Yulia, what were you saying you were going to try to do? You're up here now, Yulia, right?
Yeah, she's now on the main platform. Technically, she's only semi-corporeal in her starry form currently.
I think that's
Mhm,
not a real rule or a real term,
I know.
but it blocks travel through the ethereal plane. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm reading the spell. You cannot physically enter the box. Period. Someone can try to teleport into or out of the box with a successful charisma save.
All right. Do we have any charisma type folks here?
Mm.
Or
It's
teleport
funny you should ask.
who can also teleport and are good at portals. Whoops.
I can teleport her out. If I were to have enough power, I could. I don't have it right
I
now.
think it should. Lucian, can you try? No matter what happens, I can't save her until she's out of there.
I'll take the gem. You go save.
The gem will burn you. I'll hold on to it.
Okay.
Damn. Okay.
So I will say that as you are carrying the gem, roll insight for me real quick.
Roll.
You motherfucker. All right. So it has.
For those listening, that was a natural 20.
That was a
for
nat 20. It has, you sense, it is a living entity. Like it has a will. It has a force of will. It is almost though that it is only a force of will. A disembodied being that has a need to fulfill a specific purpose. And as you approach Zamra, you actually feel as though that you're heading in the right direction. It, as you approach her, it actually resists you less. And with a nat 20, that's the most I can say.
Okay. Hey, Waffle.
Yeah.
How does etherealness work against your little walls there?
No ethereal. It blocks ethereal.
It blocks again.
Damn it. All right. So it has to be a misty step of some sort.
Yeah, can't you just shoot everybody in the party and then teleport in there?
Teleportation or interplanar travel.
Like dimension door.
Like teleportation. Just teleport in there. She's gonna die and bleed out.
All right. Yeah. I'll try to misty step.
Okay, make a charisma save against my DC. It's 18.
Fuck. Okay, here we go. I failed.
You should still have the lucky coins if you use them.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna use one of the lucky coins. Pew! I'm gonna use another lucky coin.
Oh, so Lucian, you rolled in that one.
I'm gonna use my last lucky coin.
No.
Damn it!
Let me stop you. Actually, stop rolling. So as you actually go to make the teleportation, the coin, as you try to use it, actually feels, although almost like it becomes magnetic, and it leaves your grasp and sticks to the side of the topaz, and it becomes like this translucent gold color, the same as the topaz, and it sinks in, and then you are shunted inside of the cube.
Whoa! Okay.
So the moment that you're inside of the cube, have you ever seen a Tesla like arc machine before, where a
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
they
I
sell them
love
at
this.
Spencer's.
Yeah. So as soon as you're in there, you're holding on to this thing, and you feel this magnetized sense of pull, and an arc forms from the gem itself. This is lightning. It begins to like emit from the shard itself, and Zamra's dragon mark, which is now this strange like purple and dark green color that's kind of across her flesh, begins to react, and that like bright cerulean cyan color begins to snap out across her flesh, as it almost begins to mend, and she slowly burns away the exterior layer of the strange wings that formed around her, the tentacles in her hair, and her body is just left clean, but covered in the original dragon mark that was there, reacting with this gem, and you feel the pull of it going towards her chest.
Well, I kneel down next to her. I caress her hair. And then like I take the gem and I insert the gem into her chest.
All right. I just read Kovanen's message. So when you do this, it is accepted and forms, into her chest, pulling into where the previous void was. And you feel a jolt of energy. Boom. Like a heartbeat. And you see the energy kind of like cascades and ripples out into lightning, crackling against the outside of the glass of this thing. You take 10 damage.
Okay.
It happens again. Boom, boom. And you take 16 damage as this energy begins to pulse every time her heart beats, and her eyes snap open, and she reaches out to touch you, and you get shunted back out of the cube.
Oh, damn. Good job, man.
That's
So, inside of the cube, you can see this storm of lightning going off around her and kind of like cascading around the side of the box. And slowly, you see cracks forming in the shell of the box. And the island itself around you begins to shake.
Okay, the portal's here in case the ground disappears. Assuming the other ground doesn't disappear also. Take a step back. Oh, ready myself.
All right.
before Yulia shifts back into dragon form. She's currently in chalice form to touch Lucian for 14 points of healing plus an additional. Why is this not on the same trait? For a total of 25 points of healing.
Okay. So
And then she's going to shift into dragon form because she can fly in that one.
the electricity from the box is kind of begins to cascade out, and lightning from the sky begins to arc again. Let me get a perception roll from everyone.
It's been more than a minute since Yulia shifted, hasn't it?
19.
Probably.
Just a 15 for Yulia.
So anybody looking up, they can see that for a moment that as the eclipse passes, as you can see directly through this like sphere around the shell of Eberron itself that has been broken, that you can see through like a crater in glass. You can see as the moons begin to separate, and there are clearly 10, maybe 12 moons that are slowly diverging from where they had been in front of the sun. There had been a complete eclipse, complete lunar eclipse of all the moons simultaneously as they begin to spread. And the clouds begin to form back in again overhead. The storm begins to spiral out again, and the land over here and down here, basically all around the base, begins to crack.
We need to get out of here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I agree.
And with that, you you hear from above you, "Hey guys, we're still here."
Seriously.
We
Yeah.
forgot about the ship.
Yeah,
Get
I'll
to the
allow it.
ship.
I'll allow it. So, yeah, the ship comes back over. So,
Oh,
Crazy.
yeah, we drove here.
Zamra is banging
okay.
against this glass, and she's like reaching out and like pressing her hand against the glass to you, Lucian. And she
Lucian will like kind of do like that thing that you see in like jail movies when like they put their hand up to the glass.
yeah. Well, she's a little high up there, but you know what? Fuck it. You're able to do it somehow. You levitate to the rope is hanging down from the ship, and you're climbing the rope, and you reach out and press your hand against the glass, and she just says go, and the electricity from the glass is going to shock you. You're going to take damage again. You take 12 more damage. From the electricity from the glass.
Dharma, you can try to teleport out of there. You can give it a shot.
So, as you guys are climbing, what is everyone else doing as this is happening?
I'm still on the dragon if Julia hasn't dismissed it yet.
Nope, and I think it lasts for
An hour, I think.
Yeah.
All right, everybody make a dexterity save for me real quick.
Do I have to do it? I'm on the dragon.
Is the dragon flying?
Yes.
Yeah, Yulia and the dragon are both flying.
Okay.
So
Anyone that's not flying right
Yeah.
now, make a dexterity save. Actually, you know what? Even if you are,
Yeah.
make one.
okay.
I'm gonna use my luck, Dark One's own luck, to add a 9 to my 4 for 13.
Okay. All right. So anybody that rolls less than my nat 20 that I just rolled is going to take. If you're on the ground, you're going to fall prone, and if you are in the air, you're going to get hit by lightning for 19 damage.
Oh.
Ow. Fuck. Okay, I'm climbing up.
Okay.
Start climbing up the rope.
It's funny that I'm taking more damage out of combat than I did in combat.
All right, guys. So the ground now is beginning to. It's levitating, but it's almost as though it's beginning to separate. And you can see around you pieces are just beginning to, as they separate from the main mass of the island, just plummet to the earth below.
This reminds me of when Namek was exploding when the Goku Frieza fight.
I wasn't even thinking about that. That's great. That's a great description of what it looks like. Yeah, it's like just falling apart. There's like lightning going everywhere. There's lava coming out of the center of this thing. Yeah, there's the weird like sound. You know, they're like, yeah, it's just like that. Just like that. What a great episode.
I will direct the dragon to fly to the ship.
All right. So, was anyone still on the
picky-
ground? Lucky was still on the ground. He was, and Lucky is prone now. All right, continue, guys.
Well, okay, do I see Lucky being prone?
Yep.
I'll go down, I'll fetch him. Tell him to hop on the dragon. Actually, no, I'll just have the dragon grab him,
With
like
its-
by the back of his clothes, like a mother cat grabbing her kitten,
All right, sweet.
and then we go fly up.
All right. Everybody, give me a quick turn of what you do this turn. I'll pull up a
Climb.
screen so you guys can all make sure you all take a turn. Yulia, go first.
Hey, she's flying towards the ship.
All right, cool.
I mean, she's got the slowest fly speed, but she is flying.
All right, you have slow fly speed. All right.
Yeah, 20 feet compared to the dragon's 60.
Okay, cool. But you're still on your way there. All right, Lucian.
Yes.
You have just been shocked by this shell. You see your wife in there. She's like, kind of like pulling her body in tight, and she's shaking. And you can just see like the energy just cascading off of her. She looks like she's like charging up for a Kamehameha right now. Just like,
Gosh, she is like the Goku fight. She's going Super Saiyan.
It's ridiculous, dude.
Okay, so yeah, so Lucian's just trying to climb up to the ship.
all right, so you're climbing.
There is-
Give me a an athletics roll as you're climbing the rope.
9.
9. All right, man, you're having a hard time getting up that rope. Okay, Lucky,
How many of those lucky coins do I still have?
you
since
still have 2
one
left.
fucking-
You just burned the one.
Alright, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use one. Here we go.
Nice. Okay, you're pulling your way up the rope, and as you burn the coin, you see Sprocket look over the edge, and he's like, "Oh shit!" I'm playing your character for you, and he starts cranking the rope up.
Oh no!
Not my gumdrop buttons.
Not the gumdrop button!
Eli, what are you doing?
I'm climbing the rope. If Lucian's big butt will stop holding up the line.
Yeah. So you can just from your rolls, you can you're looking at Zamra, and you can see she's in there. I mean, for one, she's naked, so that's cool. But 2, you can see that the energy that she's holding in. As she begins to let up, you see her almost relax her tension for a moment, and the ground begins to shatter again, and then she pulls back in tight, and the energy flares again, and you see almost as though the structure of this island begins to pull back in a bit. You're clearly able to see that her energy, her control over the weather and the elements is what's keeping this thing from dissolving right now.
That's pretty sick.
All right. And Zazie, you're flying a dragon around.
Yeah, I'm flying. Got lucky. Yeah. Not much to say. I got actually how. You know what? If I have enough movement directing the dragon to dash up to the ship with Lucky, I'll toss Lucky on the ship and then go
Okay.
back down.
I'm
to
gonna give me an
help
animal
fly
handling
it.
roll, because what you're doing kind of is kind of like an extreme use of this thing. Like, of course, you have control over it because it's a
That's a 20.
okay, cool.
Dirty 20, but it's
yeah,
a 20.
you're able to kind of swing him up there and toss him on deck, and you go to dive back down. But that consumes almost the rest of your movement. Everyone, give me another deck save. Versus 19.
Even this was flying. Good.
All right.
I'll take
Anybody
these.
that rolled less than 19 gets hit by lightning, with the exception of Lucian. It kind of arcs around you. And takes 17 damage.
Oh.
If we save, do we just
If you save the
nothing happen?
yeah, if you save, your kind of dodge the lightning in the air.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was half damage or what.
Nope. All right. Yulia, you're up. I'd say it'd probably take you 2 more turns of dashing to get to the ship, if you're only moving 4 a turn.
I mean, yeah. Unless she used her flight to, speed up either one of them.
What?
Actually, sorry, brain switch sentences mid-sentence. How close is the dragon to the ship right now?
So the dragon, I guess it's flew up. She was moving double timing it. I would say it's probably
So
about
it'd be
40
technically
feet.
120 feet.
Probably about 40 feet from the ship right now, on its way back down.
Both Chusazi and the dragon to get back to the ship. I've got this.
Okay.
And she'll like make her 40 feet of movement. Essentially the moment the dragon is back on deck, she needs to draw concentration on it. Because technically it's concentration, which means I need to make the con save. For the damage I just took.
Yeah. All right. So,
Yeah. I think that would have saved.
it was 17 damage.
Yes.
So it's
You save.
yeah, saved.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Cool. Everybody doesn't die. All right. So, you guys all through the will of Zamra are all able to make it back up to the ship. As you guys pull on deck, you know, Marin, Sprocket, and Lord Delyrander are all on deck, waiting. You know, you can hear them screaming over the wind, pulling you guys on. As you look down, you can see the like cage that Zamra is in just begin to glow brighter and brighter, like this cyan like force mingled with like gold lightning, and it just, the glass just kind of, you feel a moment of like everything is silent for a moment, and then it explodes and fucking just novas everywhere. The energy blasts out against the, you know, the surface of the island. The island begins to crumble and fall into the massive sphere of water that it was in, and just kind of like cascades out into what looks like a balloon. Was just like a water balloon in the air was just popped, and then the water just kind of like fans out and bursts as this like bright golden, like electric and blue, you know, energy just kind of novas over everything, and then just falls like sparkling dust as everything falls, and the storm stops and slowly spreads out across the sky.
I peer out over the edge of the ship. Is Zarma still floating there?
The island, you know, you can kind of see remnants of it just slowly falling, like plummeting towards the earth, like almost looks like clouds are kind of rolling away from it. But I mean, outside of this strange sight of looking down at an island and water and stuff like that rushing down to the surface of, you know, Eberron, crashing back down into the crater that it left, and then basically a fucking tsunami rushing out in all directions from this area. There's nothing, just open air. You just feel like a gust of wind kind of like travel up from where it hit and blast you in the face. You know, you just have like this, there's turbulence on the plane, and well, not the plane, the airship, and you know, you just smell the smell of mud and salt water, and you just watch as like the, you know, the rivers are just kind of overrun, and any little hamlets that you see are just kind of like disintegrated by this massive tidal wave that's kind of running out across the area that's already flooded.
Wow. Where are we right now? What's below us, guys? What was that? What was that you know?
Don't know. Better idea. Lucian, do you have a lock of her hair or anything?
Oh yeah.
No.
You don't have anything that would have belonged to her.
Are you
was,
what? Where are you going with this?
Locate object. If I had something to connect to her, I may be able to find whoever she is right now. She's still there. You have nothing, Lucian?
Um, Lord Delirander's walking up, kind of listening.
I don't. I mean, I don't have anything on my person of hers.
So as you guys turn, you see that she's actually holding Edithel. He's kind of like kicking and
I mean,
reaching out towards Lucian.
I walk over and hold him.
Okay, so everyone on the how wow, okay. That's all I got.
would that be close enough for mechanics to work on locate object?
Okay,
For Irthul.
object.
So, I mean, the spell locates a
Because- okay.
specific object known to you.
Yeah,
Creatures are not objects.
yeah,
And
that's
also,
what I was
you
saying,
don't-
specifically
you don't
hair.
Need, and like a thing related to the object you're trying to find to locate object with the spell.
Oh, yeah. So okay, I guess clarifying question: would Zamra have ever worn a signet ring herself?
You do know that last time you saw Zamra, everything that was on her person was disintegrated by the energy that had consumed her. So, roll an intelligence save for
Okay.
me real quick.
Oh, save.
Intelligence save.
So that is actually going to be +5 more, so 9,
A 9? Okay.
because that's just straight intelligence check.
Yeah, no, nothing comes to mind that that you would be able to use to locate her.
And part of it is Yulia trying to, do something. But part is also like Yulia does not want Erithul to grow up without his mother.
Sure.
Doesn't want that for Lucian.
So Lord Lyrander walks over and kind of peeks over the deck, looks at Lucian, looks at the rest of everyone. Where's Zamra? Lucian. She hands you Edithel.
She's around here somewhere.
Roll deception.
I'm sure.
unless okay, actually roll Arcana first.
23.
You are aware that you have no idea where she is.
Eli, no, yes.
So roll
I am
deception.
aware that
He's
he's definitely just trying to smooth things over for now. 24.
So she looks around at everyone as you guys are kind of regrouping yourselves after this strange happening. She is tired. Her eyes are like black and sunken around the outside. She is just looks ill. Okay. Lucian, is that
mean,
true? Is she fine?
She's like out there flying somewhere. She was floating a little bit, on the in the I'd say general
Um,
vicinity of the center of that explosion.
Lucian just kind of like looks down towards the deck and then looks back toward Lord de Lyrander. And, um, there was a crystal. Um, it beckoned me toward Zamra. Um, it wanted to become one with Zamra. Upon putting the crystal into her chest, she. No, I really can't explain it. Um, she she became something else, something not quite evil. It but it changed her. Something deep down in the pit of my stomach and somewhere deep in my heart, I know that it changed her for the better.
It feels like she's trying to keep the backlash killing us. You both need rest. We all do, but you two more than others. How far up are we at the moment?
Lord Delirander looks around. Well, we're up pretty fucking high.
That's
And as you look down, you guys can see, like, when you're looking down, you're seeing like you're high enough that you were high above a mountain and you're able to see for fucking miles.
Things are just
Does-
shapes at this point. Like if you look down towards the ground.
Yeah.
so we see the curve of the planet
Yeah, you
on the
guys.
horizon.
Ground control to Major Tom. Just
Oh,
kidding.
that's I'm glad there's some here for this one.
So wait, what do you mean? Did she that she was flying? Did she fly away? Did she?
Look, lady, I don't know. She was in the center of that explosion that she caused by her own power, and it shattered the thing she was in, and shattered the island, and she's either dust right now, or she got blasted across the horizon somewhere.
I don't think she caused the explosion. I think she was trying to keep it in check. Honestly.
Whichever one it is, we should get out of here. If we die here, then that's not helping Zamra at all. We need to get to a place that's safe. We need to... Ugh. I'm so tired.
The area around the peak is going to be devastated. I don't think there's going to be such a thing as safe for the moment. Not like it was before.
I mean, from the looks of it, it looks like most of Aendair and the surrounding areas are probably going to be damaged greatly by that flood. I mean, we can touch down and take a closer look. We could try to head back to Fairhaven if you want. That's high ground. It's It's on the water, but it is quite a bit higher than some of the other surrounding areas.
I think for the moment getting down to the ground close enough to just see what happened. I don't know, she might be just straight below us.
Um,
Unless you've got a better sense.
No,
Lucien?
I mean, I just assumed you said she flew away, so I guess we could
That's not
suck.
what I.
no.
We don't.
We have a communications officer on the ship, right? Can you talk to her?
I can, sure, I could reach out to. I could, yes. We can try. We don't. This ship doesn't have the same facilities as the one that you're probably used to, but I can. Perhaps Sprocket could do something.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I can figure something out. I'm not entirely sure, but Marin, you think you can help me out a little bit?
I mean, yeah, of course. I was just waiting for everybody to, think of the smart thing to do and ask us.
Yeah,
Why did
I
you
know.
volunteer?
I mean, there's only but so much we can say and or do. With you guys like, just rambling on and on and on. Especially when this guy over here literally said that she pretty much exploded. But Lord Delyrander, I guess doesn't
What's-
want to hear that.
No, Sprocket, you saying that she exploded?
Sprocket
what he
wasn't
said.
even there. Sprocket was on the
Well-
ship. Let's try. Can we
I-
send a message to Zamra?
Yes, I can. What do you want to say?
What? Hello. If you respond, I'll know that you're alive.
She will cast. Sending. Hello, Zamra. Are you alive? Where are you? Please come back. Lucien misses you. Are you safe? Sprocket says hi. 20 words. Good enough.
So, let's see. You can tell the message is received, but there's no response.
Okay, she got the message, but she didn't respond.
Left you on red.
Yeah. Even after I said that you said hi. It's incredibly rude.
Hey, that's
That
so.
is
I mean,
really
I know how the message works because I can do it. If she writes her name in my book, which I never got her to do. But okay, she received it. She is currently a living creature.
She may or may not be on the same plane of existence as us, but she's alive.
We'll find someone who can do some divination stuff and spy in on her, scry in on her.
Before before we do much else, Lord Delyrander, do you know of anyone that can handle legal proceedings? I think after what has transpired today, I think I'm ready to retire from adventuring.
Does she know? I mean,
I,
we got a lawyer.
Lucien,
My lawyer died
Oh,
not too long ago.
I say we take a pass or two to see if perhaps Zamra is somewhere on the ground below us. I know she's not. No one could survive that. If she's alive, she's obviously something strange has happened and she's flying around. I just need a moment to wrap my head around this. Can we? Can I? May I please take some time in my quarters and Sprocket, you pilot the ship and take us wherever we need to go, and you all can just take care of
Yeah.
things.
Aye, aye, Captain. Hey, first mate. He's looking at Marin.
Yes, Captain! Or, yes, acting Captain! And she salutes.
Yulia is giving Luciana a look. Like, oh dear gods.
Well, at least the kids are having fun.
Set
Lord
us on
Delirander
course.
rubs her eyes and walks below deck.
They, I don't know. They set a course for. Where is safe? Where's safe for the party? Like,
So
God.
you
I don't
guys are here. Okay, that's where the sphere was, and it took up a pretty large part of the center of these mountains.
Can you
So
mark again? Oh, that's it.
when it crashed down, yeah, right there. When it crashed down,
Yep.
this whole area, I sent you guys a picture of it, but basically this whole region is underwater now. Kind of like squeezing over into here and down into here, and you don't know this because you haven't been over here, but half of the Morn lands are underwater, and this whole area is kind of intertwined, and it's a lot of water in the Scion Sea. So the water levels were before definitely raising in Fairhaven, as the storm and the maelstrom that was going on in this region continued, and slowly, over the past 3 years, if you read the epigraphs, flooded more and more and more and more. When that crashed, there definitely would have been water going this way and this way, and probably out around here too. But it would probably settle, splash back up this way, and then eventually the tide would go out back down into here. But as you guys are seeing it now and you're kind of going, you can probably see the water, from this area, the Fairhaven area, slowly like rushing towards here. Like small villages and the land and everything like that is being scooped out by the water rushing back this way, and in from all kinds of small inlets and crevices as it's going back there. It's conceivable that Fairhaven probably got hit by a massive tidal wave. And this entire region also has a lot of cracking through the earth, but as you get away from the star peaks, it's not as pervasive as you once may have thought. It's not like the entire planet is cracked up, but basically, the miles surrounding the star peaks. So,
Maybe.
I think
Maybe. I'm thinking either we like touch down in Passage over here, by Lake Galifar, or we just go all the way back to Trollenport.
okay.
I think for the moment, if
I-
we want to land, Whisper Rock is close to my home grove.
Well,
Be good to.
before we get
least-
into discussing this, it's 9:30. Let's do a bio break, and then we come back. We can solve this next puzzle. All right, friends.
All right,
See you in 10.
Huh?
see you in 10.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back.
I'm definitely interested to see what everyone thinks is a good idea at this point.
Elaborate?
I don't know what everybody's going to think is the right thing to do. So until I see what everybody chooses, I won't know what it'll be. But I'm interested to see what everybody's opinion is here on what the next step should be. So that's why it was kind of like a vague thing to say, because it's like it's vague.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
So, while we wait for whoever still needs to come, I, got news that, I'm going to, be a substitute teacher.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. I applied fucking like 2 days ago or some shit. And
That's pretty quick.
and then like, huh?
So it's pretty quick.
Yeah, and then like last night we were watching Saw, and
That's that makes sense.
yeah, and I like looked down at my phone, like I forget why I was gonna look up something, and I had 2 text messages, um, from them like offering me the job, and like for me to like fill out my pre-employment paperwork and to schedule my training, which I had this morning, and then my orientation, which is on Thursday.
Congratulations, seriously.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, it's always hard going to a new place and getting settled in and getting the right thing. So,
What are you focusing on a specific like grade level bracket, or are you just general purpose?
I mean, I'm definitely gonna try to stick to like secondary. I mean, you can make your own schedule, luckily.
Mhm.
So I mean, of course, it depends on like what's open, but I definitely want to try to stick to more like secondary education, which is like 7 through 12.
Yeah.
secondary
But I
school.
mean, yeah.
You British
Um,
now.
Shut up, stupid. But but yeah, so I mean, if that's not open and I need work for the week, I'll definitely consider like, elementary level. But yeah, I would personally rather like be with older kids.
Are you going back to school?
No, I
Substitute
applied to
teacher.
be I applied to be a substitute teacher,
Oh, I thought you
and
were like starting over again, like what's his name from the Adam Sandler movie?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Happy Gilmore.
There he is.
All right, guys. Well, congrats, Steve. I wish you the best of luck on that one. That's going to be an exciting time. Kids are cool.
I'm excited to get started. Especially that, I've been here way too long and still haven't had a job, so
Yeah.
it'll be nice to finally start working.
So, you guys are flying around. You're deciding where to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I only have 2 suggestions to not add to the chaos that's going to be in Fairhaven or along any of those rivers. Right now.
I think that Passage is our best bet. It's close and it's relatively large enough for us to be a little bit more inconspicuous.
There's also my other suggestion, which is a little closer, honestly. What about Weir?
Zazie phrases, turns to Yulia, rage in her eyes.
Holding up a hand like, look, I
We are
don't.
absolutely not going to Weir. Period. No Weir.
You don't.
This is weird. Oh, look, I don't think it really matters. Let's just get somewhere where we can sit down, not get washed away by the tidal tsunami, and just think. Let's just put this
Mhm.
put down somewhere. We need to find a home yet.
I know that Rose wanted to have some of her ashes scattered there. It's the only reason why I suggested it. Not there any ashes to scatter.
In Weird?
It's where her brother died. That's what she told me.
Okay.
Leah,
I guess.
Fairhaven, if I ever get the chance, everyone cut his mouth. But I believe I having to even remember that. Whew. Oh, it's. I think passage might actually be the best bet. If not, everything along the Anda River is going to be inundated. We'd only be out into the chaos.
Well,
So
I'll be
where's
completely
Passage?
honest. Zazie kind of scares me, so I'm not going somewhere that she doesn't want to go.
That's fair.
Like I said, let's just put down somewhere. We'll plan. You know, we don't, like I said, we don't need home yet. Where's Passage? You keep saying Passage like it's a place.
It's
It's right there on Lake Elifar.
Oh, they named it Passage. I was like, oh, we seek Passage. I'm like, fucking Passage? Where? What are you talking about? I get it. Okay, I get it.
And
excuse me.
as the ship approaches passage, Sprocket kind of clears his throat and goes, "This is your pilot speaking, and we are going to be approaching our final destination in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Please find your way inside of a cabin and make sure you are locked in and safe while we make our final approach."
Don't do that again, Sprocket. That's just coming from you. That's not the voice I was expecting, and just no, just no. Not until you've passed puberty.
That's my impression of Lucian. Do you
It
think
was
it
very
was close?
Yeah, Sprocket, that was really great.
Sure do, buddy.
Thanks.
Do you want to hear my impression of Lucian?
Yep.
Sure.
Oh, this is going to
I'm
be good.
Lucian. Bang, bang, bang. Pow, pow, pow. Shoot gun.
It's nice the kids are having fun at least.
Sounds about right.
He puts his hand up for a high five.
Yeah, she'll high five him.
We're in the same grade. Yeah, Helia, as they are making an approach, how many hours does it take from them to get where they are to passage? Do you think?
Probably 2, 3, maybe. You know, maybe not even that long.
Sure.
But so it's you guys are on a cutter, so you're moving quick through the skies. So
Yeah. So short rest territory.
yeah, short rest territory. All right. So, the Silverwind is the name of the ship that you're on. Emerges from the clouds that had been, going on. It's like elemental ring is flickering with residual energy as it's pierced through the edges of this storm that's kind of pushed out as you guys were kind of riding on the backside of, the edges of this storm wall that was blown out from the concussion of the whatever the fuck it was, the sphere landing and doing shit. So the thunder's rumbling in the distance, and you kind of, the clouds are parting, and you kind of see the towers of passage below, these tall gleaming towers, stretching into the sky like fingers, just shimmering lights. They're kind of like shimmering against the haze of the storm and mist that's passing over. The airship's deck is still like kind of slick from all the water. It's you guys are still damp and worn out and wrung out. And as you guys bank in towards this docking tower, a final gust of wind scatters those last remnants of the storm, and the light kind of opens up across the horizon, and you can see the Orion railway. A train's coming in. It's calm. Everything is just a bit more relaxed than what you guys have been tied into for a long time. Lucian, you've been here once with Kovanen. You remember that night when you guys came here and raced. As you look down, you can kind of map out the streets that you guys took around the city that night. A couple of mooring lines are thrown down. Lady Delirander helps you guys dock, and you see her kind of signaling to some other people. There's music, there's laughter, kind of people, departing and disembarking from vessels around you. And, as you approach, Lady Delirander shakes hands with a person and kind of jumps across and starts pulling the vessel in. And, the steward is pulling you guys in and tying you guys off. The bosun, if you will. All right. Welcome. I hope you guys are ready to take a bit of rest. I can see you've earned it. Please come aboard, or come off board to here, to the docks.
Oh, happy to, brother. Yep.
I'm not quite sure I'm ready for that kind of a noise.
I'll
So,
just get off the ship. This place looks halfway asleep and alive at the same time. So I'll take it.
He's yawning.
How much is that real estate here? Can I just stay?
Well, Lady Delirander did reach out to contact us to let us know that she would be arriving. The signal said that it was a distress call, so we've prepared quarters for you where you can stay in the meantime.
Oh, sick. Okay.
May
She is on top.
May I ask what the distress may have been? Lady Delirander kind of silences everyone. We were searching for my daughter, and well, we were not able to find her. We have evidence that she's alive, but we need a place to rest while we figure out our next steps. Is that okay, Captain? And he nods his head and kind of starts gesturing for you guys to follow him back to the center of this. It's very much like the Chalice Center, but much smaller version with multiple pinnacles coming up with docks for airships. As you look out, you can see it's a very industrialized city compared to Aendair, which is a bit more scenic. It's not as architecturally attractive. There's not as many trees. There's not as many courtyards with with gardens and whatnot. It's more of a just working city. There's spires with smoke coming out of them. It's just, it's like Detroit.
I think that's how you described it the first time too.
Motor City, baby.
I don't
That
remember
was-
being here at all.
Well, that's because
This
you're
was,
Eli now.
This was where we did the very first race that we did.
Like on the bikes at night.
Yeah, you guys snuck out.
That wasn't just in Fairhaven?
No.
No.
What the hell? Okay.
So he walks you back to the central chamber and down a couple of hallways, up a flight of stairs, and there's a central area with several doors surrounding, a spiral staircase. And he walks over and unlocks one of the doors and opens it for you to go in. The room opens into a central common room with a large window overlooking the city. There are couches. There is a small dinette, and then there are rooms, kind of branching off this central, common space. Lady Delirander walks over and just kind of plops down on this large plush couch that is arranged around a central coffee table. Everything is well appointed, but once again, it is industrial. Clean, sharp lines on everything. There is not much rustic about this. Not much character.
Very corporate business hotel.
Yeah. Industrial
Okay.
corporate business hotel.
Marriott Bonvoy.
How is Lord Delarander is not holding up. Better than expected, but not as well as could be. How is Lucky holding up?
Lucky did not disembark the ship when everyone else got off. Any attempt that would have been made to kind of convince him to go along with the rest of the people would have been met with, give me a minute, I'll catch up with you guys later. And he would have stayed on the ship, kind of just staring out across the city.
Man,
What now?
will we turn
you-
in? Should we try?
Can you all come and sit around, please, just so I can speak with all of you?
Oh yeah.
Right, or Yulia will take a seat close enough to
So
at least try to be useful.
I don't mean to be rude, but I will be departing soon. I'm going to get together with a few of my assistants and put together a group of people to find Zamra immediately. I leave you to all whatever it is that you wish to do. I'll give you access to a ship if you need one. Whatever it is that you need, I'll do my best to get it to you, but I'm going to be leaving by,
You should,
I don't know, tomorrow morning at the latest. Maybe even this evening if it's in the cards. Sorry, I need
you
to
do
this.
need some rest, at the very least.
I'll find rest.
We all could, but you need rest, both of you. I know you need the least amount out of all of us in terms of time, but
She
you're
kind
not
of
going to be of use to her
kind of
if
squints.
you're dead on your feet.
So, what are your plans, all of you? Now, after all of this, I know this, as it does with me, this is a bit of a shock to everyone. But if I'm going to coordinate something for the rest of you, I have to have at least some idea what it is that you're going to want.
I have no idea.
I'm going to find the lady. Or young Kovanen, or both.
And what resources do you need for that?
I don't know. It would be helpful to, to borrow Marin for a minute, and have her send something to either the lady or Kovanen to see where they are. And then
She's at your
after
disposal.
I figure out.
I will be. I'll have no need of her or Sprocket. While their services were extremely crucial in the timely manner that they were presented, I will no longer be in need of them. They are at your disposal.
In that case, I don't believe that there is anything you can do to help. Maybe a large diamond might be necessary.
Large. For what, if I may ask? I'm curious.
To bring
So-
somebody back from the dead.
Wait.
Oh shit, guy, where's Kovanen?
Notice surface now.
Anyways,
That's.
I don't believe that I need anything that you can offer aside from a large diamond.
I can get us to the months if it still exists. Morning. Where I brought
Thank you.
you
Okay, I'm just
both.
going to ignore that you ignored that, and yeah, I just want to check on Fairhaven. I live there.
Well, I can certainly arrange transportation for those of you that wish to go to Fairhaven. I don't know how it will be, but
I can bring us directly to the manse. As long as there's a sizable tree nearby in a park or something.
do you think that that's prudent, considering the fact that that city could be underwater right now?
Well, I'm hoping we can get in contact with young Kovanen or the lady at the manse to let us know if the manse is above water.
Indeed.
If it is, it'd be the pastor's choice. If not, then we'd graciously accept whatever you can find for us.
Well, I won't be here when you finish that conversation, so whatever resources you think that you may need in the event that things do not go as planned, I need to know now. I'll tell you what, I'll take care of it. I will send for you and whatever it is you need. Lucian, what will you be doing?
I of course plan to find whatever information I can find on Zamra's whereabouts, whatever may have happened to her.
She just nods along.
But
what?
if that plan should fall through, I will be taking Irithul with me to Shan, and moving my my life there.
What do you mean if the plan should fall through? We're going to go. I mean, I assume that you would go with me, but we're going to find my daughter, your wife, the mother of your child. I mean, why? For what reason would you think that would fall through? She's clearly emotionally disturbed by your response.
We don't know.
What do we need to know?
What became of her?
She's alive. We find her. It's simple.
Well, she might be on a different plane of existence, which makes the whole thing very not simple.
And it
Well, I do think that if you want to go to Sean, we could probably go there immediately, Lucian. We'll have many resources at our disposal there. I assume with your connections, we could probably set that up as a base of operations. Um, I would say we could go to Stormhome, but it's currently there's a schism in House Deliranda, so.
My concern for the both of us really is that we not whatever may happen, that neither one of us fall into the mental anguish that my father did and my mother passed.
Lucian, I'm sorry, but this your reaction to me just seems very cold.
you
I think you're reading it wrong. I think you need to. It's hard. I get it. No one wants to hear that their child possibly passed away.
Lucian.
Not. Hold on.
she's-
Just listen to me.
No, just listen to me for a moment. She. Marin even said it. Maybe she's in a different plane of existence, but that if you can reach her, then
And
she's
how do you-
alive.
All right, but if she is in another plane of existence, how do you plan to go to this plane of existence?
Oh my
to save
God.
her?
ignoring
Outside for
the
smoke.
ignoring the magic.
She glares at
I-
Eli.
Don't know if you were paying attention during everything going on at that platform. Just because Marin contacted her and got some response back that wasn't a response, we also can't guarantee that it's her.
Yulia, let me stop you where you are, okay? Lucian, I'll be at our vessel, leaving within the hour. If you choose to join me, be there. The rest of you, thank you for everything. I'm glad that I was able to be there for you in your time in need, and I will arrange for you to have transportation to Fairhaven. And
Before we leave, as I said before, I would like to talk to some kind of law official.
Lucian, take care of whatever you need. Just please join me in the hour. I have a few things to attend to of my own.
All right.
And she just kind
I
of
thought you were going to point me in the right direction. I just
kind of glares around the room, clearly distressed by what she feels like is a negative response to her, optimism in finding her daughter, and leaves.
Sure on that.
everyone, give me about I don't know, half an hour at the most. I'm going to run out and attempt to contact a lawyer. I will be back to say my goodbyes.
I'm going to go back to that ship for just a brief moment to see if Lucky's still there. When I go back to Fairhaven, I want him with me. I've Call me a coward. I don't want to face my parents alone. Someone has to.
And Lucian
Excuse
leaves.
me.
Good.
Yeah. Yulia bows to the others and not follow him out, but like follow him out,
Yeah.
more or less.
That awkward goodbye, but you're going in the same direction.
I'll see you later. When we are no longer next to each other. After that.
Sprocket just kind of like swings his legs on the chair that he's sitting on.
Eli was just out.
Man.
Eli was just out there for a cigarette to distance himself from the really weird energy in there.
Yeah, it was definitely a very awkward energy.
It was just like inexplicable. I don't know. Inexplicably awkward. And he just doesn't argue. He's just like, all right, I'll just separate myself. Make my life easier for a few minutes. He has no plans in the city. He's just waiting for the whatever to materialize that takes him over Fairhaven with the others, whoever the others are, to see what's become of Fairhaven. That's all he needs.
Okay. So Lucian, you're gonna go out. You're trying to find an attorney? For what reason is it that you need an attorney presently?
That will be revealed after I find the attorney and return to everybody.
Okay. So you have about an hour to find an attorney. You kind of make your way out into the main chamber of, the part where you go into the airport. What the hell is it called? The aerodrome. Where everybody comes in off the buses and there's the big lines and I don't know what the fuck it's called. Anyway, the lobby. And there's a lot of people moving around, hustling and bustling, and you kind of realize that, if you leave this space and you try to come back in here and find your way back up the tower, that it's going to take you, over an hour to get there and get back to the ship. But you do know that when you reach Sharn, that you have, through your own connections there, access to, a number of legal aids and, House Civis connections. And basically when you get there, you would have whatever you need. You're kind of in a bad spot right now to try to make...
How about this? Actually, how about this? I go to a House Civis instead.
You go to a House Civis? Okay.
Yeah, to a Civis station instead.
Yeah, there would definitely be a Civis sending station, nearby.
Yeah, and I'll contact a lawyer that way. Have him draw up the paperwork, him or her draw up the paperwork, and then have him send it over. I'll sign it, have the Civis station send it back over, and potato it's done.
Okay. Yeah, I would say that would be a very tight maneuver. You probably would be getting back on the ship a little bit late, but when you arrive, she's there. And
she wants me to be with her anyway, so she's not going to leave until I'm on the ship.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty. You're pretty much right. Like, it's like, you show up and she just kind of like looks at you and is like, "You son of a bitch," and then but you can tell she's happy that you're there.
So with that, as I enter back into the room, I I made sure to get a copy of the contract that I just drew up. And when I enter back into the hotel suite, if you will, I approach Zazie. And I tell her, you and I have been through a lot together.
That's a bit of an understatement.
Yeah. But I want to ensure, no matter how long it takes you to get there, I want to ensure that you never sleep uncomfortably ever again. And he takes out the contract and hands it over. And says, I don't really expect that you'll use this anytime soon. I know, much like myself, you're going to be quite busy, quite some time. But if and when you're ready, my Cholamport beach house, I'm sorry, your Cholamport beach house is ready for you.
She takes a moment to stands there kind of dumbfounded a little bit. And then she hugs Lucien.
Lucien will return the hug.
As soon as I get him back, I'll let you know, and we can all of us, hang out together there again.
I look forward to it. I do ask one favor. The house,
Yes?
the house, of course, is yours. But,
I'll leave your mother's room as it was.
thank you. And on top of everything, I'd like to give you 100,000 gold towards your journeys.
Thank you. It means a lot. You and Kovanen were my first friends outside of Weir. You guys were the ones to really open my eyes and my heart as to what as to what true family, true friendship really is.
Yeah. It's funny. I I kind of know how you feel. Despite all the gold I had when I first met you and Govanen, one thing that I myself also didn't really have was friends. There were plenty of people that I thought were my friends. They just kind of knew that that they weren't going to go home sober. But you and Kovanen and even Rose, I will forever be grateful to all of you.
I love you, Lucian. You're a great man. You'll be a great father.
Thank you, Soze. And I love you too. And take care of these two. They're I don't know. They might end up being the next Zazie and Kovanen.
What
What?
does that
No,
mean?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Lucian, what does that mean? Could you explain for me
Well,
what you mean
you
by
know,
that?
like, like, I don't know. Haven't you ever seen them together? They're just so
No,
like.
what do you mean the next Zazie and Kovanen?
Well, I mean, you guys were together. It wasn't really. Oh, you're being facetious. I see. I see what you're doing. You're so adorable.
No,
And he like pats her head.
what? No, what?
As she stands there blushing, he just reaches out and gives her a hug again.
She'll hug him. Okay. Now get out of here before I tell you to stay and come with me.
Maybe someday, you and Kovanen, me and Zamra. Can...
And Lucky pops around the corner. And Rose. And Rose.
Yeah. Maybe we can all take a celebratory shot together when we reconvene in your beach house.
Yeah, I'll
Lucian,
hold you to that.
we gotta go, bud. Your mother-in-law is getting pretty pissed.
All right.
Sorry, I need to drink more whiskey. Can't get it quite right. I'm gonna come along with you guys. I
Sprocket.
think my ability to find things might be of assistance to you, and maybe we can find Rose too, or something.
Or something. As he goes to walk away, Sprocket like jumps up off his chair and like kind of like runs over and like just grabs Lucian's thigh and just gives him a hug. He's like wiping away tears. Lucian will like kind of bend down and give the kid a hug. And hey, Sprocket.
Yeah.
You're pretty much the man of the house now. Take care of these two.
Oh, okay.
You're a good kid. He stands up and walks away. And Sprocket kind of like just stands there watching as he walks away. And
Right.
his shoulders slump as he finally walks through the door and leaves.
Lucky kind of gives everybody a nod and does the old hat lift. Checks his hat at everybody. Shuts the door behind them.
Wish. Hmm. All right. Zazie, you are in charge of the next steps here. Do you want to rest, or do you want to see if we're heading straight to Fairhaven?
Well, first Marin has to. Yes, I know. I will contact Kovanen. Now, I am contacting the younger one or the older one?
What?
The
What? You've
Younger.
never noticed?
I honestly rather put it out of my. I'm trying not to notice things I shouldn't notice. If that makes sense. I got the impression that it was kind of, not for us. But yes, the younger one.
Well, I mean, it was kind of hard to ignore when, we all went to, like, Charn, and he was just Kovanen the whole time, and we had left the other Kovanen.
I don't know, man. The Mance is like, I don't know what's real in there, okay?
The Mance is weird. Let's just make it the younger
Just
Kovanen for
contact-
simplicity.
Contact the younger one, Marin. Yes, ma'am. She will cast sending. Hello, Kovanen. Where are you? Zazie wants to know. Needs to resurrect someone? Where are you? Please reply soon. Sprocket says hi.
Is that just going to be Marin's signature from now on? And all of her sending?
All sendings have to be 22 words so that she can say Sprocket says hi.
Oh, that's adorable.
Hi, Marin. In Fairhaven, Mance is gone. Whew. Plan to investigate Dreamlands. Want some clarifications. I wish Zazie luck on that, I guess.
Marin shrugs. lets everybody know that young Kavanin is in Fairhaven and he's going to be investigating something called the Dreamlands.
Which Marion has been to and would know about.
Oh yeah, she has. And he's investigating the Dreamlands. And the manse is gone. So we probably shouldn't teleport there with a tree.
So you're taking the ship.
We're not that far anyway. Let's just get on a boat. Ship, because it flies, so it's gotta be ship.
Ugh. We should have gone with them.
Okay, do we rest here? Do we go back now? I mean, like, I'm fine. I had a breather on the boat, the ship.
We should hop on a ship now, rest on the ship as we fly, get to Fairhaven as quick as possible.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
all right.
Okay. So you guys pack your shit up. You head out.
I don't think Yulia packed to begin with.
Yeah. You get the things that you have to get together. There is a bosun waiting to help you guys. They escort you to a similar small cutter to the one that you guys flew in on. And you guys hustle off to Fairhaven. So as you guys are flying in, it's, you know, you guys are going back into a bit more of a storm. It's not like a big, you know, hurricane, but it's mist, it's water, it's just, you know, it's just this massive remnant of the colossal, you know, water typhoon or tsunami or whatever the hell it was. It kind of stretched out across the land. You can see just the earth stripped below you. Still areas, some, you know, still wet in some areas. There's still creeks kind of that have formed in rivulets pouring back into the center mass of this thing. And as you guys fly into Fairhaven, it almost looks like Ulthar did towards the end, where it was partially submerged in water, where the streets were kind of, you know, had like a foot or two of water in them. And the buildings are just kind of standing out over top of the water as it's flowing into the drains and down the streets. And in the northeastern quarter, there just everything is destroyed from the water rushing in. And the wreckage kind of passes straight through into the city. You can see where the Midnight Alley bar had once been is part of these, you know, this wreckage of buildings. And strangely enough, there is wreckage where the manse used to be. It doesn't seem to account for the entire building. What's left behind is much smaller than, you know, the structure that had once been there. It looks almost as though that only the stables where you guys kept the bikes and whatnot had been destroyed, and where the manse once stood, there's nothing.
Take the entire months with him.
Damn, the whole thing just got washed away, guys. Look at all that. There's nothing there. What's up with that?
That's good.
Pack the entire. Oh, Unless Zazie, you know more than we do.
Yeah, Zazie, roll perception.
With guidance.
That's a D4.
Yes.
Nice, 20.
20
All right.
total.
So you look out across the little like nook where the Mons was tucked in, and the Relgari stables are shattered, and they're kind of stretched out across the area, almost folded over like a house of cards. Shattered splinters kind of washed across the area where the Mons had been. But you are familiar with this terrain. You spent a lot of time here, walking around these grounds, and it's not here. There's not even a hole in the ground where the basement had once been. It's just fucking gone.
This isn't right.
I mean, it's hard to tell where we are a little bit with like the damage and stuff, but like that's the driveway. That's the, what do you call that? The slab. We're here.
Is there a slab there?
For the end of the driveway.
Okay. But no foundation, quote, quote, slab.
Yeah, so the foundations of the house itself are gone too. The actual, on grade.
Not that either of these people have any structural education or engineering knowledge at all.
Basic awareness of how houses are formed.
You mean, when you say that, you mean Eli and Zazie, right?
Eli and
Yulia.
Yulia.
Yeah. Can you guys make a stonecutters roll for me?
Anyway, the point was, Zazie made a comment about it not being right, and Eli's like, "What do you mean we're here?" Okay, just did whatever. Comment.
Yeah.
The manse is entirely gone. If
Obviously.
if that was caused by a tidal wave or something, there would be wreckage around, I think. This
Have I imagined the manse this whole time, and that's why everything's been so wacky in there?
Either
Eli
that or
takes
somebody.
He like takes the cigarette out of his mouth and like considers it. Really? What are these things
Either that or
doing to
somebody
me?
still do really, really good shit.
The drugs.
Okay. All right. Well, what are you talking about, Zazie? Where can it be if it's?
Look, if I knew, I wouldn't be standing here trying to think of what to do next.
Did he take it to the Dreamlands? Is that something that he could do? They could do?
God, I wish Daisy was here.
Well, Kavan
Oh.
lives here. Ask him where he is. Is he with it? He pick it up and move it?
Oh, I can do that. And Marin will pass sending again. Hey, Kavanin, we're in Fairhaven. Mance is gone? Where are you? Can we help? Why is Mance gone?
Please hold while we connect you with your party.
Why is Mance gone? Eli is distressed. Thinks it's drug trip. That's 25.
I don't know. But I'm nearing Midnight Alley, I believe it's called. They have a little thing down below that can lead me or lead us to the Dreamlands. Mance was
Set
just
a
gone.
course
Sorry.
for Midnight Alley. Title credits roll. Campaign's over, guys.
All right.
That's the
You don't need to
final
make the call just yet.
I'm gonna flash over to Lucian for a minute.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are flying over Corvair, heading towards Breland. Breland, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Lucky's with you. Lord Delyrander is with you. You're able to see Sharn kind of approaching across the skyline. What's going through Lucian's head right now?
I mean, he's definitely very confused as to what happened with Zamra. You know, he knows that the crystal definitely had something to do with whatever happened. And in this moment, he's just like kind of holding Edithul close to his chest, like he's like kind of caressing his head and seeing the just hoping that like whatever happened to Zamra, that she's okay, and hoping that like he will see her again.
So, Lucky walks out on deck. He's wearing, strangely enough, a shirt that you've seen Rose wear before.
His own shirt.
Yeah, it probably was the one that she stole from him for a while and was wearing around.
Mhm.
And he has like a band, like a cord of leather wrapped around his wrist, and he's working some piece of metal in his hand. It's some kind of holy symbol of some kind. And he walks over next to Lucy, and he kind of looks out across everything. And you see his eyes are watering, maybe from the air, you know, from the gusts of wind, from the velocity of the traveling ship, or maybe he's a bit teary-eyed. I think she's actually gone. I can't get any trace of her from anything that was hers. Lucian. I don't know what I'm gonna do. and he's kind of does his orc lower teeth bigger than the upper teeth, bites his lip, and there's tears just kind of streaming down his face, and he just kind of like leans into Lucian and kind of like breaks down on him a little bit.
Yeah, he'll wrap an arm around him, bro hug style, like.
Yeah, he gets a hold of himself really quick as soon as he realizes that you're he's like, oh, I'm sorry.
I
I'm sorry we kind of butted heads a bit back there, man. I really care about you, and I just want you to know that no hard feelings on my end. I hope you can forgive me for maybe messing up a little bit here and there.
No, I should apologize myself.
It's all right.
There was just a lot going on. Too many feelings.
Yeah, Phil
going on at once.
Phil's gone too, man. He pulls like a pen out. It's like one of those, it's like a magic quill, and it has Felt's information written along the side of it. It's like a pen that you get at like a restaurant that has like some realtor's information on it, or like a injury attorney's contact information. It's like he's not with us anymore either. But I'm pretty sure that Zazi's out there somewhere, man. So, I mean, not Zazi. Zamra. My bad. We know Zazi's alive.
I
kind of rubs
I don't
his
know,
face.
something deep in my soul tells me that that she is just fine.
So Lucky kind of looks down at Erithel, and back up at Lucian, and kind of gives him like the half-assed, bro hug. The airship actually lands right outside where the Midnight Alley used to be. The streets are strewn with rubble where all of these other restaurants and places used to be. You see this little gnome guy and his wife and daughter picking up some things. It looks like there's pieces of a shop. This is the top north quarter of Fairhaven. You guys met him once when trying to break into the Shargon Club.
That poor guy.
There was a Midnight Alley in Sharn?
This is
he's talking about Fairhaven.
You guys are in Fairhaven.
Scene shifted.
Scene shift.
You said that the airship. Oh,
yeah, my bad.
I got a little confused. For a
Other
moment.
airship. I should have said fade out, fade back in. Northeast Fairhaven. The rope drops. There is a hole in the ground where the Shargon Club used to be, over top of Midnight Alley, and there's water just pouring down into this crater in the street. Baby Kovanen is just kind of hanging out there, having a conversation with this gnome who seems to recognize him. And he's like, "You don't know me. You don't know me."
Kovanen.
Sorry, I had to do it.
Who's Kovanen?
You are.
He scratches the back of his head as he's talking to this guy. Sounds like this guy seems to know him. He doesn't know this guy, and is like scratches his head confused, even though he now these days he actually knows why people would recognize him, even though he doesn't, but he's still confused. Sorry. Hey everyone. I think that's Midnight Alley. He points at the hole in the street since it had a basement, you know.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like there's a tunnel that used to be in the.
There is. It was behind one of the large barrels they had that was supposed to have the ale.
I think I know that.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's a portal down there?
I honestly don't quite remember. It was a while ago, a very long time ago, that we actually went down there, and I've only really been down there once. But I think if there's any place that's going to have what we need, it's going to be this.
If you
Well, I don't really know what we need, but I'm just gonna go.
well, before you do, give me a moment. I can at least make the way easier for you. Oh, what's that? You can tell me what general area. So, one of you two just tell me what I need to do, where I need to freeze the water to make a dam, so to speak.
Probably right around there. Zazie points to the right spot.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're able to, Yulia, you're able to dam off the water for a moment for them to basically hop down inside. And as you look down into the hole, whoever's going in, you can see the staircase is collapsed.
Right.
And the water is kind of flowing, out through, the back of the ground behind one of the barrels. And the barrels' fronts have basically been swollen with water and have broken off. And you can see into it. And as you guys jump down inside, that's where we're going to end the session.
All right.
The adventures of Zazie and Kovanen.
Zazie and the wrong Kovanen.
Young Kovanen. He's not wrong. He's very specifically supposed to be here.
But you're not her Kovanen.
He can't help that. He didn't have to be this way.
All right, guys. Say goodnight to everyone on the internet.